Hello everyone, my name is Lobo, and I am a piano genius, so I decided to play for my genius project. I started playing piano the moment I was born, and composed my first masterpiece at the age of 3. Nah, I'm just kidding. I actually started the genius project, a misleading name I know, about 10 weeks ago with no musical background whatsoever, aside from my purple belt with a recorder back in elementary school. I had an old keyboard which my parents gifted me when I was like 9, and I have barely touched it since. I have, however, become rather interested in music over quarantine, from experimental hip-hop to dream pop, so I thought it would be cool to learn an instrument to play some of these songs in the future. So I decided to do just that. Let's just say I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I used many resources throughout my keyboard journey. YouTube videos from channels like Amazon Music and Mango Project really helped me out, in addition to the apps Simply Piano and Chordify. Also, huge shout out to my mom for recording all the songs, even though it took like a million takes to get one that was accurate. My friends also guided me when I was struggling. For one, to find out which note this really played, which turned out to be middle C. Before I started any of this, however, I had to create a timeline, and here it is. I just had to follow a natural progression, learn the basics of music theory, practice by playing some chords in simpler songs, learn to read sheet music, and finally play some of my favorite songs. Simple enough. Or was it? Okay, let's say we're going on a road trip for the first time. We reach point P much earlier than expected. What do? The best thing would probably be to add another destination, point C, and add details in between. The thing is, I got too eager. I reached point B too early, already learning Sweden within my 3rd week. Without stopping to define a point C, my path kind of transformed into something like this, which ultimately caused me to unknowingly skip over learning some symbols in sheet music, switching in between learning songs and concepts, just being all over the place in general. All said, I've always thought of myself as an organized person, but this late realization really put me in check. I've begun to plan out my upcoming homework and projects using apps like Google Tasks, and my future as a whole. This approach helped me make this very TED Talk. No wonder it's so great. It also helped me realize the importance of long-term planning. Even though this was only around 10 weeks long, I should have put more thought into the process and been able to adapt. Sven Haflinger points out in his TED Talk that most people seek joy, relaxation, and expression of creativity while learning music. Boy, were they wrong. Personally, I sought out relaxation, but in reality, I faced with a lot of frustration instead while playing the keyboard, especially while learning Fior Elisa. I had a great start, motivated to learn a new song, but after the 4th consecutive day of practicing, I noticed that I would tend not to enjoy playing. It almost felt like a chore. During these days, I would get annoyed when me and my clumsy fingers would press multiple notes at once. This led me to taking 3 weeks to learn one song. A similar process really happened in some fashion with nearly every song I learned, aside from a few. Sweden by C418 was one. What was so special about this one? Well, I've had a connection to this song since I was a little kid. It brought back memories of simpler times when I used to be able to play Minecraft on my Xbox 360 with utmost joy. This has taught me to practice what you enjoy learning to play, or it'll seem like a burden. I've also learned to take breaks and split up my practice hours throughout the day, which helped me feel refreshed and made playing more enjoyable. To recap, create detailed outlines and change them as you go, and learn by playing what makes you happy. These carry out to learning almost any skill, and I wish I had this advice for myself before starting. Anyway, now for something I actually had planned. Here we have me playing myself out. Have a good day, everyone.